Good afternoon. This is my first time doing a vlog. As I was writing this, I really had wished that I could share with all of you one-on-one. And so I just decided to make myself vulnerable, say yes from the pit. I'll explain that here in a minute. And just go for it and share my heart with you all. I hope it blesses you as much as it did the ladies in California. And I'm just going to share a little bit of the message that I shared when I was there. And God brought me this opportunity last spring. It made no worldly sense at all because you see, after I had my surgery and got readmitted into the hospital, which is what I write about, I didn't leave there well or healed. I've seen many specialists and doctors since. I've been poked, prodded, tested all over because no one has an answer for me as to what's going on in my body. And I didn't have these problems before my surgery. Since December of 2013, I have had painful restroom emergencies nearly every single day since, usually several times a day. And as you can imagine, this has greatly affected the quality of my life, and not just my life, but my husband's life. I tell you this because I still said yes from the pit. Catch that. I said yes from the pit. You see, when God brings you something packaged in His peace, whether it makes any sense or not, sister, please say yes. Brothers too. Had I not known how truly loved and cared for I was, this decision would have been a lot more difficult. Fast forward to about 2 weeks before the event. The enemy kept telling me, cancel my flight, bail. Because like every other day for the last over 634 days, I had gotten sick. Real sick. You know what though? I didn't entertain these thoughts. But I did have to process through some shock that God had not yet healed me. Because when He brought these opportunities my way last spring, I was so sure that the only reason He did that was because it was His plan to heal me by the time I left in the fall. I chose to move forward, and I shared with others, though, that by the time my feet hit the ground, whether here or there in Sacramento, California, I would be healed. Let me tell you, making a long story short, that at that point it was 16 days, but it's now been 26 straight days that my intestinal health has dramatically improved. I'll spare you the icky details, but let me tell you that this is miraculous. I'm not completely out of the pit, but let me say that God has got me. Say yes from the pit. Say yes to slowing down when your spouse and your kids are around, even though your phone is blowing up with all sorts of notifications. Say yes to boundaries that protect your time, even though you need, and I mean like really need, that client. Say yes to that big leap of faith that God has been asking you to take, even though it'll cost you everything if it doesn't work out. If you walk away from anything today in this vlog that I'm sharing with you, I hope it is that you know that God sees you. God hears you. God knows you. You are loved. We are loved. Let's live like it, with an abandoned trust that God will take care of us. This looks like a life free of insecurities, free of unforgiveness, free to be present, and free to say no to the good for the best that God has for us. Ladies and boys, let's live loved. Have a great afternoon. I hope you enjoyed this message. Say yes from the pit.